Hello friends, it is Arlene Mendez and today I'm going to show you some plants in front of me that I'm going to repot or put in a bigger pot because right now, as you can see, these are very small and this needs some room to grow. So before we do that though, let's just do some unboxing because I have ordered some pots online and hopefully it is the one that we have. So let's just set that aside for now. Then we have here the Pilea that's actually in a hanging basket right now. So I'm going to explain this to you later on. But let's open what we have. Hopefully this is the pot that I ordered online today. And by the way, I also have a TV cover here because, I also like hanging out with my friends outside. And of course, instead of having a TV here inside, I also have an extra that, sometimes I can put outside one. And this is just perfect, especially during the rainy season. Let's just leave that here. So this is the pots that we have. We're just going to open so that we can see what kind of pot I have here. And the good thing with this as well, I can see, we don't really need the scissors. So we're just gonna, they gave us the free blocks for, there you go, for potting or, for gardening. So I'm going to proceed with the planting, and once it's done, I'll show you after. I have 4 different kinds of plants that I'm going to propagate and also repot today. These are the ones that are in front of me. And the first one we have actually here is the Bella Palm. There you go. Let's just go and check it closer. So that Bella Palm, or this Bella Palm, we can put it in a light shaded or up to bright environment, but we have to make sure that this doesn't get the direct sunlight. And it has to be in the room temperature, and of course we can water it, but we have to make sure that whatever excess water, we have to discard it. And we cannot also let it dry completely, so make sure that you can just put your finger actually in there to check if it's still moist. Then you don't have to water. So that's the first one that we're going to do, the Bella Palm. And the next one are the croutons. We have 2 different kinds of croutons here, which is, this is very common actually back home in the Philippines. But I want to have some of this in my garden for the summer. And of course, it can be a house plant during the winter. And then you can, again, put it out in the summertime. So the same thing, it has to be just like when you're watering it, make sure that you don't overwater it because the leaves will turn yellow. And look at the colors. The first one we have here, when the new leaves shoot out, it's like, look at that, green, but then after that, it like the color changes. And the same thing of what we have here. Look how pretty that is, but it really needs repotting because the pot is getting small for those leaves. It's getting like very lush. And then we have here the fern. Okay, so these ferns are called Amina, if I'm not mistaken, or Nepolepis exalfata. And this one can also be placed in a light shaded to bright place. And also, let us not put this in the direct sunlight. It has to be always on a room temperature. And of course, we can water thoroughly, but we need to discard any excess water because it will make the roots rot. So that's one thing about not watering too much, because we have a tendency that we water our plants like almost every day, right? So make sure that it's dry, not completely dry out, but it's like you have to just calculate it. There's no really like for me, whenever I feel like watering the plants, I just have to check that it's not completely dry out or it's not wet yet. So there you go. So this is the Pilea, and I'm gonna show you something here. like as you can see, look at that, it's really getting small because the leaves are actually going out of the pot, so I need to put that in a different pot. And there's also some flowers on of this, and it's getting so pretty. But the thing is, there's actually another three more little ones here, so the different stems. So now I can also repot that. And what you can do with the pilea, you can also like put this like as a hanging plant, which this is what I was doing, but I find out that it also needs repotting because look at the flowers, and of course there are some there that needs to be put in another pot. I'm gonna show you closer. And by the way, this was this has been outside for 2 days in a row. That's why, like, you can see the sprinkle of the waters here. It was raining hard, so I just leave it there because you know, it gets also good nutrients from the rain. And I also included here the caparata, Peperomia caparata, because next time that's the one that I'm going to explain to you how to propagate, to look after this particular plant, and with the other plants that we're going to repot as well, because that also needs repotting. As you can see, I just put it inside the big pot, but when you look at it, it's in a smaller pot and it's getting really crowded in there. So we have to make sure that we repot this caparata. There you go. So I'm going to repot all of this in front of me, and I will show you the outcome after. There you go. Really nice plants.